Hey everyone! Happy Friday, because it's Friday when I'm filming this. I don't know when it's actually going to go up and what day it will be, but happy whichever day of the week it is for you. you. Welcome to another entry of B's Nail Diary. I'm your girl B, and in today's entry, I'm actually as we know, the theme of this whole entire channel is being late to the party, late to the game, last one to get the information, last one to try it out. Because I like to do my research. I'm a research-oriented individual. So, we're going to be trying out these instant apex situations. These ones are from Model Ones. I actually realized after I ordered these ones that all these other brands, like even the Beatles ones, like I was seeing the Beatles Tipex ones for a little while. You're probably gonna see some dust because I already have been in them. But like all of these other instant apex nails, the Tipex, so the original ones, like I do not I don't know if they're just not available in Canada, or if they're like, you know, like I can't find the kits. I found one set of the Tipex brand, the 5 Angelies or whatever it is. But yeah, I just went with the Model Ones. Model One seems to be like very readily available where I am, as well as Beatles. But again, I haven't seen the Beatles ones. Anywho, rambling, not the point. What I'm doing today in this entry is, as you can already see, I have some nails, some tips already kind of sized out here. These are both for my left hand and my right hand. I sized these out the other day. But I went back to the drawing board to do a little bit more research, because I want to use a solid gel to adhere them, especially because they have such a, like, let's see if we can get it in there, such a high like apex, especially in comparison to my natural nails. And this is with a layer of, this is like 2 very thin layers of builder gel. So I did my base coat, very thin layer of builder gel, my potted gel. I kept it Model Ones as well, and then I did another very thin layer over top, and then a layer of top coat, and that's it. So they're naturally pretty thin. They've taken a lot of damage over the years since we've been learning and experimenting and teaching ourselves how to do our nails. So this tip, where are we? This tip has a considerably higher apex than what I'm used to, and I don't typically use full cover tips. I sculpt. I like to sculpt because I'm a perfectionist and I want to perfect it. So anyways, as you can see here, there is, this one fits pretty decently on this one side. The other side, there's some overhang, and then you can see some overhang on the actual, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry guys, on the actual cuticle. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm gonna reshape, because what I had realized was that I can go a size down on my right thumb as opposed to this thumb, because I realized when I started filing these, because of where, I guess because of where the apex is, or like how high it's built up, or like how, because with the sizes it overhangs a little bit more, so I filed off the side walls, so it kind of distorted the shape around the actual apex. So when I go to put it on my thumb, it raises ever so slightly, and that might be okay, but I'm a little concerned that when I use the solid gel that it might like prop up a little bit or something like that. So I'm gonna try to just reshape, just to have that little bit of overhang, because yeah, now I have like too much of a gap. Let's see where I can go in there. I have way more of a gap than I'd like. And this side looks perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. The gel I'm gonna be using is going to be this Oola Stay Solid multi-purpose gel in clear. I got this from my local beauty supply. It is a Canadian brand. It is a Canadian brand. And as most solid gels, this is the first solid gel I've used and bought. So it's pretty freaking solid. No moving. And yeah, we're gonna try to adhere it. I did some testers to try to figure it out. And like I said, or maybe I didn't. I went back to the drawing board. Yes, I did say I went back to the drawing board to see, went back to watching my videos to YouTube University to see what I really needed to take in terms of figuring out how to do this adhesion properly. And so because I don't want them to look like I have full cover tips on. So like the whole point is that it looks like natural. So, or like as natural as an enhanced nail can look. So the idea here is, and I took out a 3 and a 2, and I don't know why I took this 3 out. Oh, I took this 3 out because I think I realized that without putting any pressure on my thumb, and I really hope I'm in frame down here. Let me see. My thumb, if I don't put any pressure, it fits pretty decently. When I put the pressure is when I can feel that curve on the inside. And my nails are like pretty flat. I have maybe one nail that's a little bit curved, maybe this one. Kind of, sort of, not really. Maybe this one. Maybe, not really. They're all pretty flat. So and I apologize, I might have to pause this or you might hear a cat meowing because I have a cat over here attacking my cords because it's almost dinner time and she's trying to rush me. So anyways, I got this 3. Yeah, the 3 does not fit my left thumb. I didn't really realize how much of a difference my left and right thumbs were. So these tips, actually, before I even get into this, let me say, these tips here, they come in 15 sizes. This is 120 pieces. Thus far in my searches and on just Amazon right now, I haven't seen any packs that are larger than 120 pieces. It would be very nice that we could, because there are a small handful of sizes that do fit. Mind you, these are very easy to file, as you will see, which is why I have to redo, because I've had to redo 2 of these thumbnails for one side already, just because my thumbs, my cuticles, like in general, like I have really I'd say proportionate nail beds. They're not okay, guys. I apologize. There has been a bit of a camera quality change. You will definitely see. Hopefully it's not too big of a difference. I did have to change phones to, I'm having some technical difficulties with uploading these clips and memory storage and everything, all the fun technical things. So I'm actually just gonna continue or get started resizing these tips. As you can see, got that overhang, and then over here, sorry, it's looking pretty decent on both of these sides. I just have to round out the actual cuticle, and maybe I'll etch out a little bit on the inside. I was watching a video last night, again, part of research, Necta Nails, shout out, no. I love watching your videos, and I'm so glad I literally just came across her channel. But I've been trying to do some homework. As I said, I went back to the drawing board just to get a little bit specific steps in working with these pre-built nail tips, just to make sure that I'm getting the right end result. So one of the things that I picked up was that, so she had said that the Tip X5 Angeles had said that if this C curve, or if this inner curve where the apex is on the inside of the nail, if it's too deep, then it is possible to apparently to etch it out. I gotta find my boundaries with this phone, with this camera. And yeah, so they said it can etch out a little bit on the inside so it's not so tight on the finger. So I've probably tried doing that. Honestly, I think that's what the two, I think if that is the case, actually no, it's always better to go a size up than for it to be too snug. Right, okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep the 3 on this hand. I think I'm comfortable with that. I think I'm comfortable with that. I'll etch out the inside a little bit. I'll grab out the e-files over here. I'll grab that out. And then this one, we are doing a complete cuticle and one side wall here. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I'm putting my mask on, so my voice is gonna be a little muffled. Again, I don't even know if I'm keeping the live sound. I probably will keep the live sound because I tried doing voiceover before and it's just really frustrating and a little bit time consuming. Eventually I will get better with these things, but we'll keep the live sound. I apologize if I'm speaking very quickly. I just want to make sure that I'm getting all the information in here. And yeah, without further ado, let's get to the filing. Okay, let's get into it. So let's make sure we have the right one. This is the 2. So this is the one that's going on my left hand. So I got a file around here, and it's a little shallow. I'll use my 180 side and just ever so lightly, because I realized what I did was I was going way too hard. I think I was shaping them like other nail tips, and while other nail tips do file off pretty decently, I'm not gonna lie, these ones are pretty, like, they're pretty nice to shape, to reshape. My thing is remembering that if I'm gonna shape up on one side, I should try to even it out on the other side as well. And that's where I was kind of running into some of my issues. So I'm just gonna because see, when I think what I was doing, I was taking off. So I'm gonna try, let me see. I was taking off, and I'm gonna show you. I ended up, so this is what the tip looks like without any manipulation on the sides. I don't know if the camera picks that up. Right, and then when I first started shaping these, this is what I ended up doing. I ended up flattening it. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Right, I definitely ended up flattening it. And this is what it's supposed to look like. So right? So hopefully you can see side by side. Alright, so I'm not gonna file so hard on the outside edge. I'm gonna be very soft. As I said, I'm gonna be very, very, very soft with it. Now I need to find what I was just working on. Okay, this is the old one. Three. We'll put that there so I don't mess that up. And let's see. Ooh, yeah, the cuticle shape looks nice. It's just a little. And if I wanted it to be here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little off of the other side. And I might even switch over to my 240. Just so I don't take off too much. Again, this is my 240 side of my file. Okay, and then obviously I'm gonna come in with the buffer after just to kind of smooth out my edges. That's what I like to do. Okay, we're getting somewhere. See, that's the thing, right? Because this tip is so much larger, we can slide in, if I wanted, this is the side that I started filing on. I can slide in on this side. The cuticle looks good, but when we slide over here, this is where we see a little bit of space. Same thing on this side. I barely filed this side, and if I slide in like on the sidewall, it looks good. We have a little bit of overhang. And to be completely honest, I might just let it be and not touch this anymore. I'm just gonna buff it because I'm gonna end up taking off too much like I did the last time. And because there are only so many of these of each type, I think there's like 8 of each size. So yeah, I'm just gonna buff just to get these pieces of plastic off. And yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna leave it. I think we're in a pretty good place. Once I have the gel, the solid gel, it'll be able to kind of like self-level. My finger is also a little bit crooked on this thumb, this finger. My thumb is also a little bit crooked. Yeah. Give or take. So we'll be going in like so, and like so. And it's okay, it's not as snug as I like it. Let me see. Also, by the way, I've been like, since I started, I was like, okay, I need to find a proper, like a really good dust brush. And it occurred to me that I could just use makeup brushes. I had these extra makeup kits that I think they were like Christmas gift sets or something, and they were stashed away. I never ended up giving them away or using them. So I have one that if I have, if I'm doing eye makeup or whatever, I'll use it. But other than that, I thought, why not just open up the second one? I'm not giving it away to anybody, and just use the brushes. And honestly, they work perfectly. I think they work perfectly. You know what? Yeah, okay. Okay, so buffing off on the, like the side here, I think that's gonna get rid of my bulky issue. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just it is, yeah, it's thinning it out that much more. ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. And these nails are pre-etched on the inside. I'm pretty sure you can see that. But yeah, okay, okay. I'm feeling more confident. Okay. Okay. I don't feel like I ruined it completely this time. I'll do a quick cuticle push just to give myself a little bit of space before I actually apply these. But I think we are good to go with the left hand. All right. Now, and it actually does look, well, look at the comparison after. It looks a lot better. So now we're gonna do the 3 for my right hand. And I think I have way less filing to do for this one. It's just a little shaping up around the cuticle, because my cuticles have a bit more of a rounder shape. Nothing too serious. Nothing too serious. Ooh, see, this is where I see that the 3 might be a little small. However, let me make sure the cuticle lines up nicely. That side wall is nice. This side wall is pretty decent too. It's just that inside. So maybe this nail does curve a little tiny. So, let's get the E file and get some bits. Let's get some bits and let's take a look at what bits would have here. Let's see. I can probably use my large sanding band. Let's see. Or you know what? Should I? Can I? Yeah, I'll use the large sanding band. I think there was like a 150. This might have been like a 150. I'm taking off old product. Honestly, it's not gonna make too big of a difference. So we're just gonna do a very quick, very quick forward speed. I'll put it up to 6,000 RPMs or 6K RPMs, 6,000. And yeah, see my finger, my thumb is slightly lopsided. So I'm just gonna reduce just a tad. A little flatter. Let's see if that actually made a difference. And yeah, with these nail, with this, I think this is supposed to be like a blush brush, honestly. It works perfectly. Okay, yeah, because I have to twist it ever so slightly. See? Cool. All right, and that actually might conclude what we're dealing with here. See, I can do the same thing real quick. Whoopsies. Do the same thing real quick in this one. And it makes sense to use this as a blush brush, or to use this as a dust brush, because like it's fluffy enough, but I notice it doesn't hold on to as much dust as like a regular dust brush does. Oh, sorry, this one goes on this way. This one's not gonna stay on. It's not as tight onto my nail. Oh, you guys get the gist. Cool. So I'll show you the comparison between, let me just put this away. I will show you the comparison between the ones that I did and the ones that I just fixed. So we have a 2 for my left hand and a 3 for my right thumb. So this is the previous left-handed 2. And let me see if I can find something solid so you can see it. Okay. So, okay. So, what we're looking at here, sorry, on the left side here, this is the first, second, maybe even the third tip that I tried to size out for my left thumb. And then this is the one that I just did using the same size. So these are both using a size 2. I just did way less filing. I did way more, I'm gonna say gentler filing. And then I went on the inside and I tried to take down some of the height on the inside. I don't know, so some of the curve. I don't know if you can even see it and if it even will make a difference, but just in terms of like shape and everything, yeah, that makes a difference. They're different. It definitely fits my nail a lot better. Like, look at how this one fit. Like, it was not the, you could tell that this is the tip. This one I think is gonna be a lot more seamless. Like, yeah, I have a little overhang, but I gotta twist my nail because my finger is lopsided. So put that there, and that's old. So I'm gonna use this to swatch and to practice. That goes into the collection. And then this is the original right finger. And this is the new right thumb. So for my right thumb. So the issue with this one just was this side piece. So it got really shallow, and then the edge wouldn't hit my sidewalls on my actual fingers anymore. So it looked really bulky. Right? And now this one, I actually just filed off the sides instead, so it wasn't so bulky and it was actually a lot thinner. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so that actually concludes this entry of Bee's Nail Diary. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I hope you guys got something from this. Like I said, I am definitely usually always late to the party. So I know a lot of people have reviewed these Instant Apex nail tips already, but I haven't seen anyone review the MODELONES Pro Luxe ones. And yeah, everyone's these reviews, because I guess the big hype was like almost a year ago. But here at Bee's Nail Diary, being late to the party is the main goal. So with that, everyone, thank you and peace.